Hello, welcome back. And of course, this is Heavy Thrash Chat of Nasty Metal Productions channel at YouTube. For this, of course, we're doing 6 more videos, but for this video, we're gonna be talking about cities. Now, cities, of course, is probably remembered for having AJ Pero of, ex-drummer of Twisted Sister. But this band, sure, it's got his name on there. And of course, Twisted Sister were associated with like glam acts and such. So, you probably would think, oh, it's another hair metal band. Nope. You probably would, if you actually picked up the album, you would be surprised. This is definitely far from a hair metal album. This is definitely what you expect from US power metal. At times it also tends to cause some thrashy moments on this. This is of course their debut full-length album, which was released through Metal Blade Records. It was titled Annihilation Absolute. And that's pretty much a good description of the album. It's definitely, at times, there's an annihilation on the ears. Of course, we got singer Ron Angel, who is got a real nice set of pipes. He's definitely aggressive. He has a little bark to his voice. And of course, we got bass player Sally Taliano, which I did talk about. I did mention his name in my review for Anvil is Anvil because he did play on Anvil's Hope in Hell. And it's the only album with him with Anvil. And of course, we got guitar player Steve Moranovic, who's a very good guitar player. He definitely provides a lot of, and we'll definitely talk about more of his guitar work, especially within one track. But album starts up with Stop the Race, which definitely is a melodic track, and it's definitely got that a hook to it. It's definitely got a nice catchy chorus to it. It's very well put together song. You got Fight for Life, which is again keeps it going. Burn Forever. Yeah. At times it starts to get a little heavier. Then we get Not Alone in the Dark, which is a heavy track. This is definitely at times even got a bit of a metal church sound to it. Very good. Through there, In the Still of the Night, good Innocent Victim, Shades of Black, which, good track. But as when the ending of this track, and this is due to listening to like a vinyl rip of this, I'm not sure if this is the way he split the LP, but when this track ends, somewhere around here, you get a guitar solo, which of course, which shows Steve Maranovic's, muscle. It shows his skill. But this track is definitely on the line with your shrapnel-based bands. But as soon as this guitar solo ends, we then get to the last track, Deceiver, which is another metal monster, very pre-sounding this time. It's definitely something off like Screaming for Vengeance, or maybe like the song Stealer off of British Steel. It's definitely got that sort of writing that type of style. And of course, Ron Angel does let out a very scream, a falsetto that's definitely, reminiscent of Rob Halford. This is definitely overall a great album, but there are some points where it isn't. It's definitely a very much an enjoyable album, and of course, AJ Pero really does show more of his muscle. He does flex his muscle quite a bit during this album. This album, being with this band, was able to kind of push him to definitely new levels. It was something that Twisted Sister was kind of not showing it, because while he was able to kind of flex some of his muscle on albums such as Under the Blade, and maybe some of the fast parts off of You Can't Stop Rock and Roll, or even some of those albums that were definitely even like Stay Hungry or Come Out and Play. There were some songs on there that was able to kind of flex. Now, that was showing a bit of his progression, but with the way Twisted Sister's direction was going, in a way, him being with Cities was able to really kind of push him as a drummer. And that's what you got. He really does show a lot of his skills. Like, he's definitely a talented drummer, as many people would probably wouldn't even think. This guy really was just a very skilled drummer, and this was definitely some of his best work to date, since albums such as Under the Blade, You Can't Stop Rock and Roll, and definitely some of the parts off of Stay Hungry. Just a good album. And sadly, we would lose A.J. Pero, back in 2015. And it was the early parts of 2015 that we would lose A.J. Pero, and it was definitely a loss, and of course, this is like one of the only albums where he actually was, where he really showed what he really was capable of. Of course, Cities did have a EP that had some tracks off of here, including Stop the Race, Not Alone in the Dark, that had some of those tracks on there. But it was a different recording all around. It had a different drummer. But this is the only Cities album with A.J. Pero on, behind the kit. And he really is a very skilled drummer. Of course, Sally Toniano also, after this album, and after the band, went on to play with, Anvil and so forth. Definitely overall good album. If you have heard, Annihilation Absolute, I'm having trouble pronouncing my words. If you have heard it, what are your thoughts? If you have any thoughts, you can post your comments down below. Also, one more thing. If you're looking to find this physically, it ain't gonna be easy to find it at a very reasonable price. So, yeah, this is the only time I'm doing that. Fuck you, manager of Metallica. So, with that, you can, like I said, if you have any thoughts, you can post your comments down below. This is Heavy Thresher saying I'm out. It's time to get to the next band. Oh yeah.